Shalom, my name is Yoshua Yaakov, and I'm making this video from Jerusalem. I'm a didactic scientist. I'm the author of the Trilogy Humanomics, about 2,500 pages, publication on the web, a few hundred graphics. It's two paradigms, several organizing principles, the new cognitive behavioral science, first principle receiving to give, and the new economic paradigm, the integration of labor, replaces the old industrial model of the division of labor. Having said that, let us move on to what the purpose of this video is all about. And so we begin with, in perspective, proof of God's existence, whether viewed from a design ontological or cosmological perspective, notwithstanding the atheists and agnostics' preference for Pascal's wager, quote unquote, as a logic for rationalizing God's existence. You know, if this, if that, etc. Humanomics author, that's me, Yoshua Yaakov, herein offers an alternative. As we now see globally and overwhelming, incredible proof of God's existence, as that which resides in the minimum in three things, namely Israel's undiminished faith in God that is beyond reason. Indeed. The now confirmed global collapse of the local reality, and here in its essential meaning, that is its further proof of action at a distance on a cosmic scale, parenthetically. Paragraph. Its importance is that this is what confirms ubiquitous cosmic framework that supports the eternal consciousness of God, quote-unquote, hypothesis, as the one existing everywhere and without beginning or end, yet attacked by rationalists as a mere God delusion, quote-unquote, full stop. While the truth be known, the only delusion is from the mind of man's limits of exile, whose paucity of vision invites and embraces extreme and often unfounded, parenthetically, in first principle science terms, close friends, rationality. And it is this context that commonly becomes a mere pretext for what is its own delusional extremes, as the post-Freudian kill daddy program, quote unquote. Its projection on God is no exception to its targeting compulsions. Paragraph. While the afore cosmic framework as well confirms, and that's the non-local, there's the local and non-local. Local collapse, there's the non-local. Okay. While the afore cosmic framework as well confirms a method of logic which is essential for the subject's comprehension of its antecedent proofs in relation to creation ex nihilo, creation ex materia, and creation ex deo, as logically being integrally connected in the ways that probably confirm, if not absolutely, its scientific basis in consciousness. And this is the most credible first cause, quote unquote, as seen today, as it is the consciousness of creation before its big bang's, quote unquote, execution that delivers, in the most credible terms, creation as having a purpose, a mind, an antecedent, first principle cause mind to affect its design. Okay. And this is the God, quote unquote, that man can never know for what he, blessed be Hashem, really is in his essence. And this is Kant's premise, and it's echoed through his Kantian anomalies as the requisite logical, local, and cosmic antecedent for the empirical and logical convergence of the afore three hypotheses: creation ex nihilo, creation ex materia, creation ex deo. Repeated. Okay. Despite the fact that it can never really be known or proven, absolutely. And so our need is for them to be seen as one cognitive process preceding the Big Bang, quote unquote. And this too is God. And this too is what gives such antecedents expression. And so it is to be said that this is Humanomics authors' cosmology and philosophy in general that dispels much of rationalism's common confusions of mind, and that its and philosophy's particular inability to bring proof of God's existence is absolutely no basis whatsoever to contradict the aforeoffered proofs. Having said all of this, let us be reminded of the reality of the world in which we live, learn, develop, and associate and communicate with others. The internet, YouTube. The above is a mere heuristic of the complexity of the antecedents themselves in relation to already existing and highly intensely debated, theorized first causes, and significantly, they are in combination the esoteric content of cosmology in general. That when communicated on the web, let us say in videos, the reaction is overwhelmingly exoteric, and importantly, but unsatisfactorily mesoteric, as the result is absolutely lacking in esoteric comprehension, and so the resulting dialogic generates 1 in 100,000 who comprehend the esoteric content. Full stop. And so do the math, as it's 1,000 per billion views that comprehend its signal content. And so this is the lesson learned to date in researching on the web what is needed for branding Humanomics, from which we've concluded it's still worth the expense and effort. And so herein we return to our original dialogue in order to formulate its modest conclusions. Thank you for listening. I'm Yoshua Yaro.